Hello, my name is Almir DaFonseca. I'm a chef instructor at the Culinary Institute of America, Greystone. Today I'm going to be cooking a dish using Dover sole. We're going to be using Alaskan wild Dover sole. Dover sole is part of the flounder collection, okay? And is also known as deep water flatfish. Season for this fish is year-round. It's from January to November in a low volume fishing, okay? It's going to be a very simple dish today. We're going to be using this fish over here. And because the fish is very delicate, not only in texture, but it's also flavor, I'm going to be rolling the fish, rollade. That way is very gentle handling of the fish. This fish you don't want to be pounding so much and handling too harshly because the flesh is going to break on you, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper on my cutting board, just in order to keep the cutting board clean from the fish juices, so I can go into my next preparation. As you see over here, I have a piece of Dover sole, and I'm rolling. The way you do this is you use the skin side towards the inside, so the flesh presents itself on the outside, okay? You also have to do in such a way that the tail side of the fish, which is the thinner part of the fish, is on the inside of the roulade, because the other part, which is closer to the head, is the part of the fish that takes the longest to cook. So I'm gonna roll the fish like so, okay? And that's how we're going to be preparing that, okay? I have a very simple marination that we're going to be using, which is orange juice and orange zest. We're going to flavor, as you're going to notice, very gently, and I'm going to marinate this fish just for a few minutes. It's basically to infuse a little bit flavor over here. We don't want to add any harsh marination because the fish, as I said before, is very, very delicate, okay? I also going to show you a little trick that is very important when you work with different size of fish. You notice that this fish is a little larger than this, so if I cook both portions, this is going to be overcooked, and this is going to be undercooked. So we're going to utilize about the same size portions, okay? I have 2 roulades over here, with roughly going to give me about 6.5 to 7 ounce portions, which I feel that is a nice portion over here. This is a very light dish, going to be a very light, style in cookery, but going to have a little bit of a infusion of Mediterranean flavors. We're going to be using tahini, which is a ground puree sesame, okay? And we're gonna be making a little sauce of that, infusing some lemon juice and a little bit of garlic and salt and pepper, okay? So right here, I just dip the fish in that marination, which is orange juice and orange zest. I have a sauté pan over here that is simply sprayed, just lightly oiled. So this fish, going to be cooking very quickly in my oven over here on broil, and this is a dry heat technique, okay? So I'm going to put my fish over here that I already infused with my flavors of orange juice and orange zest, and I'm going to allow it to rest just a second. The next part of this presentation, we're going to be using a baby red potatoes that I just simply poached in salted water just to soften up. I'm going to gently saute it on a little bit olive oil and butter, and I'm going to serve that with wilted spinach, which in previous segment you notice that we have crispy shallots. So I have it kind of nicely crispy fried shallots. I'm going to wilt a little spinach on butter, and I'm going to infuse crispy shallots. So we're going to have a nice textures and good flavors over there to complement that dish, okay? So right here I have my first component, and we're going to be moving my second component on my presentation. Potato over here, just simply boiled, and what I did, I simply split to show the colors, and this is going to be moved over here. Right here I have baby spinach, okay, baby California spinach, and what we did, I just simply washed, and I'm going to leave just a little small stems over here. They're going to add some flavor as well, and going to be the next complement for that dish. Right here, we're going to start it out with presentations on our sauce. What I did is simply garlic that I just simply slice it, and then I press it. By pressing it, I end up with very, very finely chopped garlic. So once I mix on my sauce, so we want to have larger textures, larger pieces of garlic on my sauce, and that will be easier to eat and easier to dissolve on my tahini. I have tahini over here, and I'm going to infuse about a half a teaspoon of garlic, okay? About a teaspoon and a quarter of lemon juice, okay? I'm gonna allow these flavors to sit a little bit, and right before service, I'm going to season, okay? So we're ready for the next part of the presentation. I have a burner on, and I'm going to saute. On this saute pan, the technique that I need to emphasize for you over here is you always heat it up your pan dry. And then once the pan reaches a temperature, and then you add your oil. Otherwise, your oil is going to get too hot very quickly and will come to a smoking point, okay? So once my pan is gently warm, I'm going to add a touch of oil and a touch of butter. If I cook directly with just butter itself, the milk solids and the milk fats perhaps will burn, will just kind of start to caramelize, and the colors would increase to golden brown too quickly. So by adding the oil, we just kind of hold each other and will come to a heat without get too dark. So once this gets to the temperature that I want, I'm going to allow it to get just a gentle color over here, a little goldish, and I'm going to add my potatoes. Okay? I'm going to face my potatoes down because I want to extract some colors on this, okay? My spinach is going to be on the last minute, so going to be very, very quick. I'm going to also utilize the same pan. So right now, I'm going to season my fish, salt and pepper, and this is going to go into the oven. The oven is set on broil, so we're going on 550 degrees with heat from the top. That's going to hopefully add a little bit color. Keep in mind, the marination is orange juice, so the natural sugars of the orange juice will caramelize and add a little bit color over there. So my potato over here, as you notice, I give it just a nice little gentle golden brown on the outside, and it should be very close. Salt and pepper. And there you have it. So I'm going to put my potatoes back in my bowl over here, and I'm going to utilize the same pan for my spinach. Okay? The spinach, which is mostly water, you're going to withdraw some of that water over there, and you're going to notice they're going to wilt it very, very quickly. A little salt and pepper. Right in the last minute, I'm going to add my shallots. And that is my side vegetables, okay? Can you hear that sizzling sound over there? It's just amazing. Right now, I'm going to add Another component of my sauce, which is also the last component. I have some fresh leaf parsley over here, we call Italian parsley. I simply washed, cleaned, and I picked just the nice leaves, and I'm going to just roughly chop. I want to leave some texture. And I'm going to have my parsley right into my tahini sauce. At this point, I'm going to season with salt and pepper. I'm going to take a taste. I'm going to infuse just a touch more of lemon juice. Okay, here we have our last component for our dish. So the building of the dish is going to be very, very simple. I always tell everybody that I talk to when it comes to presentation is to keep things centered and add a little bit of height. So you want about part of the rim of your dish nice and clean, so you can build the plate, so all the components are intertwined with each other and will hold the heat. I'm going to check my fish quickly. It looks really good. Going to be ready right at presentation time. And right now, I'm going to work on my plate. What I have over here, I'm going to start it out with my potatoes. I'm going to use my potatoes as a one layer, one component of the dish. Okay? Okay. Now I'm gonna go with my shallot infused spinach. Okay. And I'm going to bring my sole, and I'm gonna finish that last component. As you notice, you see some of the juices on the pan that is lightly clean. The fish is ready for presentation. Okay. Right here. I'm going to be using just a touch of paprika, just for color over the fish. Okay. And I'm going to add my tahini as component and plate presentation as well. Okay, and I'm gonna add a couple leaves of fresh leaf parsley over the top of the fish. And there you have it. You have a wild Alaskan sole that is rolled and broiled, served with a baby red potatoes, wilted spinach with crispy shallots, and a rolled of the sole, garnish and serve with tahini sauce. Here we go. Enjoy.